All right, good morning, everyone. I'm using a deck I haven't used in a while. It's the Threads of Fate Lumen deck. It's very beautiful. If you guys are interested in it, it's so pretty. A lot of pinks, purples, and some of these blues and stuff today, and greens. So a lot of heart energy in this reading, it seems. And I was asked to pick some crystals. This is Russian Tulite, this is Lepidolite, and this is rhodonite. All very much about the heart chakra, about turning yourself into in positive directions, about compassion, love. Very heart-centered. This reading seems to be so far. I don't know what this reading is going to be about, but the colors are telling me. The colors and the crystals they asked me to choose are telling me it's about the heart for sure. So let's open the energy and see what draws you in. Okay, here we go. All right. If you haven't picked your pile yet, your crystal, your card, please pause the video and do so. But we're going to get started with the first pile. The first pile, you chose the Russian Tulite crystal, which is so soft. I mean, it feels soft too, and it's just such a soft pink, and it's so, so beautiful. And I really love this crystal. Look it up to find out more details on it, and possibly why you chose it. But it's very much a heart-centered, loving compassion crystal, helping you to love yourself and to be joyful and positive. Okay, so let's see, what is the foundation message here with this card for you guys, my pile number ones? Movement. Interesting. Movement. What is this card wanting to say to you? Movement. We're going to actually do this. Put it here. Okay. All right. There's something in the book, because it's not speaking to me directly. I mean, I have thoughts, but they want me to go to the book. Because they want me to use this deck specifically. And like I said, sometimes the decks have very specific meanings attached to them. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it is pretty simple. They want you to move more. That's the thoughts that I had, but I guess I needed to confirm it with the book. But movement moves energy. So physical movement moves energy. So dancing, walking, running, playing a sport, doing any kind of activity, and it can be fast or slow, right? It's for different things, but it moves stuck energy. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling stagnated, if you're feeling, whatever, get up and move. Okay, it's so important. It's so important. Physical movement leads to emotional and spiritual movement, is what I'm hearing and what they're saying. It's not just physical. Nothing is, we have the spectrum, right? There's so much more layers, but we definitely know that we have a physical being, an intellectual being, a spiritual being, an emotional being, and a social being, right? So movement, it's all of those things. It's not just a physical act, okay? Movement, it's moving energy. And that affects all aspects of your being, is what I'm being told to say here. So movement, okay? It's important for you guys, my pile number ones. Maybe you're not moving enough. Maybe I don't know what's going on with you guys. So I'm not going to even try to guess. All right, let's see. They want me. Look at that. Swift movement. So when you start moving, things will transform quickly. This card is about transformation. This is about transformation. Like, this is about like quick transformation. This is about things suddenly changing. Things, you know, becoming very happening fast. So movement, physical movement, is going to help lead to this transition, this emotional, spiritual, whatever transition. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Some of you might be moving houses, even like it might be an actual move, or moving locations, or moving, but movement is very important for you guys, and it's going to bring about some pretty cool things for you. Okay. So that's what this card is telling us. So once you start moving, whatever that means to you, you're going to have the changes happening very quickly that you want to happen. Okay. And then here we have the High Priestess. She's in reverse. Oh, yeah. You don't need to know. You don't need to know. Sometimes, you know, we want to know. We want to know everything before we move, before we take action, before we take a step, before we do anything. We want to know. This is saying you don't need to know. Just move. Just go for it. Just move. Okay? You don't need to know what the outcome is going to be, what's going to happen, etc. You just need to take a first step, whatever that looks like for you guys, whatever that means for you guys. Just take a first step. Start moving one way or another. That's what they're saying. Don't focus on, I need to know what step to take. I need to, you know, just start moving, and things will happen. And look at that. Yeah, 9 of Cups, the fulfillment card. You know, movement, you know, things have been trickling, they're getting faster, and they're going to get very fast with this movement. That's what this card is saying. That's what this, you're going to start to feel the flow, see the flow, experience the flow, the emotional, spiritual flow, especially with the 9 of Cups. So yeah, don't prevent yourself from taking a step forward, from moving, and doing whatever it is. I mean, for some of you, it might be, you know, signing up for a dance class. For some of you, it might be starting to walk. Some of you, it might be, you know, doing yoga, whatever it is, you know, hiking, whatever. Some of you, it might be physical activity. Some of you, it might be actually moving houses, moving locations, moving from one job to another. It's movement, okay? Movement. And, oh, I'm hearing, this is an expression of self-love. That's why you chose this. Moving, you know, is an expression of self-love. That's what's coming, if that makes sense to you. Staying stagnant is being fearful, right? You're being fearful, not faithful. You're not trusting yourself, and therefore you're not loving yourself. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to know everything, okay, to move and to make these shifts happen and to become fulfilled. You don't need to know everything before. The need to know is because we don't trust, okay? The need to know is because we don't trust and love ourselves enough to just go with the flow, right? To just, and I don't mean that you can never plan and you can never, you know, whatever. I don't mean that at all. You know, sometimes going with the flow can be kind of chaotic and rough if you don't have some sort of idea of where you want to go. But you don't need to know everything, okay? Start moving in whatever direction you want. Start doing whatever activity you want, and the transition, the whatever it is, will show itself, okay? So you don't need to know everything. Just start moving. That's your message, okay? I hope that helps. I hope it brings you some sort of clarity for whatever you came here today for. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Okay. Lepidolite. Lepidolite helps you change psychological and behavioral patterns, okay? So, and in a positive way. And it's gentle, subtle, slow but steady changes. It's not drastic, okay? So let's see what this message is for you today. Oh, get curious. Get curious. Okay. So, yeah, creativity is something we always focus on, right? Being creative, being creative, being creative, but also curiosity is important, right? The more curious you are, the more understanding will come, okay? And the more opportunities will show up. When you're curious about the world around you, about yourself and the world around you, and you start to uncover and discover more and more. So curiosity is a very important aspect of your journey. All right? Let's see what else they have to say. Okay, cut the cards. Cutting the cards today for you guys. Okay. Yep. Okay. So, yeah. So the Queen of Pentacles holds the bond between the spiritual and the physical world. So that's what they want you to get curious about. How does this bond work? How do the spiritual and the physical world connect? How do I manifest in the physical world? How does the spiritual help me manifest in the physical world? How, what do I want to manifest in the physical world? And why do I want to manifest it? What are my intentions? What are, is it for just for me? Is it for selfish reasons, or is it for a bigger purpose? This is what they want you to get curious about, okay? This connection between the spiritual and the physical world, and how that translates into manifestation, okay? As you get curious, remember I said understandings will come. So this is the Ace of Swords, opportunities for clarity and focus, and your third eye opening up and understanding, okay? It will come. And then things will start to move very quickly. Shifts will start to happen very quickly for you, okay? So, but curiosity is key for you guys. So maybe you've been focusing on creativity. That's, because I keep hearing, there's so much focus on creativity, but curiosity is so important, right? So maybe you've been like frustrated because you're thinking, I'm not creative enough or something, but curiosity is just as important as creativity, is what I'm hearing here, okay? So I'm going to read something from the book because they brought me to it. And this is about mindset. Remember, it's psychological and behavioral patterns, right? So it says a lot is said about how important it is to have a positive mindset, but not as much about a curious mindset. Curiosity can be the bridge to shifting our thought patterns, okay? So that's why you chose this. You want to shift some thought patterns. You want to shift some psychological and behavioral patterns. Curiosity is the key for you guys. It is neutral but inviting. When we feel stuck, cynical, or bored with life, tapping into our curiosity can spark a rapid domino effect within our thoughts. There is so much in this world we will never know, but to simply begin wondering about what is around you can snowball into passions and excitement you never knew you had. If you are unsure where to begin, simply look around. How did flowers get their color? How did snakes evolve? Do dogs taste the same things as humans? Nothing is too silly. Just become curious. Okay. So that's the message for you guys. You're trying to change your mindset. You're trying to change some behavioral and psychological patterns. That's what this reading is telling me. You were attracted to this crystal. Curiosity. Okay, curiosity, and especially about how the spiritual and physical world connect, how they manifest together. The clarity will come, the focus will come, your third eye will open more if it's already open, and the shifts will happen quickly, okay? So that is the key for you guys. And let's move on. All right, my third group. You chose the rhodonite, which is a very heart-centered crystal as well. Much about love and compassion and all that wonderful stuff. Let's see what your message is. Oh, release. Release. Okay, and I always, because this is the frog on a lily pad, it's like that leap of faith is what this card says to me. You need to take a leap of faith. Okay, you need to release fear, release the past, release whatever is holding you back, whatever ties are holding, and take a leap of faith, okay? That's what this card says to me. So, yeah. And I know what this reading is about now. For everyone, there's been a theme that has revealed itself. It's about, how do I get unstuck? How do I unstick myself? Basically, my path, how do I move forward? How do I, just get unstuck? Okay, there's the next card. There's 3 cards coming, okay? Is this the card? No, it's going to be 1 card that comes out. Okay. Is this the card? Yes. Okay, here we go. All right. So, release the past, release the ties that hold you back, release the fear, release all of that so that you can take a leap of faith, okay? This is the Tower card in reverse. So this tells me it does not have to be dramatic or traumatic, okay? The shift, the reason why you're afraid is you're afraid that it's going to be dramatic and traumatic. That it's going to be one of those tower moments where everything falls apart and then you have to rebuild. You've been through so many of those. So you're in a status quo situation. It's not great. You don't love everything. Everything's not perfect, but nothing's falling apart. And it's, you're trying to maintain this status quo. They want you to release that, okay? And they're saying it's not going to be dramatic and traumatic. Don't worry about that. It's not going to be that way this time, okay? And this card in reverse says you don't have to know. You don't have to know everything. The fear causes us to want to know what's coming, what to do. No. We need to know everything before we, whatever. But taking a leap of faith requires being willing to not know, trusting that it's not going to be dramatic and traumatic, and you're not going to fall apart. It's not going to bring your world to an end. It's not going to bring you to your knees, all of that kind of stuff, okay? So they want to tell you very clearly, you need to take a leap of faith. You need to release the fear. You need to release whatever's happened in the past. You need to release those ties. You need to let go of the status quo. Be willing to shift, okay? That's what they're saying for you guys. And it's not going to be dramatic and traumatic this time. You don't need to know everything. You need to take a leap of faith. And this is the Queen of Pentacles. This is reminding us of this bond. She holds the bond between the spiritual world and the physical world, which makes her a master manifestor in the physical world because she understands how it all works. She also understands that it's not a selfish intention that manifests in the physical world. If you have a selfish intention, a purely selfish intention, it's not going to manifest. You need to broaden your intentions, broaden your perspective, broaden your desires to a more universal one, and that's how you manifest, because everything is connected, right? Everything is connected. She holds this connection. So you can't do it on a solely one sole intention for one person or one small group of people. It doesn't work that way. It has to be a larger, big picture, come from a big picture place, from this understanding that everything you manifest, everything you desire, everything that you intend affects everything else. So, this is very important for you to remember. So, but what they're reminding you is that you are the Queen of Pentacles. You do intend, you do choose, you do manifest, you do. And when you do it, maybe in the past you've done it from that smaller perspective, and that's why it was dramatic and traumatic, and all the things that you've experienced that freak you out right now and are keeping you in the status quo. But you've broadened your perspective now. You're the Queen of Pentacles now. You understand it so much better now. And you don't need to know, because you have this underlying understanding, this faith, this ability. You've seen it happen. You've seen it. I know you have. So, yeah, this is your reading. This is release the fear, release the past, release the ties that bind you. To the past, to the fear. Release the status quo and be willing to take a leap of faith. That's how you're going to move forward. That's how you get unstuck. It's not going to be dramatic and traumatic this time. You don't need to know everything about it, every detail, and even the outcome. You just need to have this understanding that it's all connected, and that the spirit world and the physical world work together to manifest. The intentions that you have that are universal, that, each of us are individual and unique and have our own desires and our own intentions, but they are part of a bigger picture. So all you need is to understand that there is a bigger picture and trust and have faith in that. Okay, that is your reading for today. I hope it helps, and I hope you have a beautiful day.